What's up, everybody? I'm back, and here we are. We are going to do the recap for UFC 322. Man, it was an amazing card, top to bottom. Great fights tonight. We're going to start off with the main event. Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev wins by unanimous decision, 50-45 on all three judges' scorecards. He absolutely made JDM look like he was just not even in his league. I mean, I don't know how much easier I could say it than that, but my son, he was sitting next to me the whole time, and he was just like, why would anybody ever bet against Islam Makhachev? I'm checking my messages on the best that I put, and I'm telling my friends, are we that stupid? Like, if my 11-year-old son can see that, why are we thinking different? Islam Makhachev absolutely dominated Jack Della Maddalena tonight, and he made it look easy. He made it look real easy tonight. I mean, he never allowed Jack Della Maddalena to get set and throw combinations. He started eating up the calf early, the right calf, because Jack Della Maddalena started in a southpaw position, and then after the second or third round, he was just straight conventional. He was getting battered to the calf early. And Islam was just, baiting him in, making him overextend, and then we would just shoot. The first shot was a single leg. He shot in, he brings the leg out, inside trip, clubs, gets him down. And then all the other ones were double legs when he made Jack overextend on a big 1-2, shoots levels or drop levels, shoots in, double leg takedown, boom, gets him down. And Jack could never get up. He couldn't do anything that he did against Bilal. But that just shows you the levels of grappling and the Dagestani wrestling, where Bilal, he's from Chicago. He can claim Palestine, he does all that, but he's not a Dagestani. He's trained with them before, but he's not one of them at all. And the Dagestani guys will probably tell you that he's trained with us, we respect him, he's Muslim, but he's not one of us. Like, he doesn't train like that. I also believe that Bilal fell in love with his boxing somewhere in there for whatever reason, and he wanted to box with Jack Della in their fight when he lost the title and he got his ass kicked. I knew this fight was going to be like pretty much the same way that the DDP versus Khamzat Chimaev fight was going to go. Islam was not going to take any chances in this fight. He knows where his bread and butter is. He knows how he can win the fight easily. He's going to take you down, ride you out. He'll jump on submissions when he has the opportunity, but he's not going to try to bang you out. He's not going to try to stop you with strikes. He's just going to control you pretty much the same way that Khamzat Chimaev did to DDP. And it was 50-45 on all three judges' scorecards, and he ran away with it. He's a new double champ. Congratulations to Islam Makhachev. He's in an elite group of people who've been and won 2 titles in 2 different weight divisions. It was a master performance by him. I'm not taking anything away from him. Jack Della could not get off, and his corner was pleading with him, you got to hit him. You have to hit this guy. You have to make him respect you. He couldn't, because Islam, the threat of the takedown after the first round already got in his head, and he was already fucked after that. So, respect to Islam. He did what he had to do. He's a 2-weight world title holder, and man, things are interesting at 170 now, especially with all the wins that happened tonight. And I'm gonna get into that. I mean, we had huge wins by Michael Morales, another huge win by Carlos Prates. Man, 170 is interesting. You had Kamaru Usman sitting there in the fucking stands like somebody owes him something. He had like his glasses on. He's just sitting there like staring down with no emotion after Islam won. And I'm like, dude, you don't have a chance. And I like Kamaru. Kamaru is from my hometown. We went to the same fucking high school. I know we have a lot of mutual friends, and I love Kamaru Usman. But you beat Joaquin Buckley, who's not even ranked top 5. Michael Morales just sparks number 2, Sean Brady. And Carlos Prates sparked number 4, Leon Edwards. You're not getting the next shot. I'm sorry, brother, but you're not. You're just not. But I will keep running. I'm gonna keep running down the sheet. So Islam wins. He's the reigning, defending, new 170-pound welterweight champion. He's the king right now. We'll go to the co-main event. So I had picked Islam to win this fight. I said the value bet was for JDM for the KO was at plus 450 and the decision was plus 650. If you wanted value, bet JDM, but Islam, I had picked him to win. I pretty much went 7 for 6 tonight, or 8 for 6, including the Conor Ben Eubank Jr. fight. But it was a rough one, man, because I was this fucking close to hitting a fucking parlay in Benny Dariush. Benny Dariush screwed me, but we're going to get to that. So the co-main event, Valentina Shevchenko versus Zhang Weili. I initially wanted Zhang Weili. I thought Zhang Weili was going to win. Then I went back and I said, you know what? I think Valentina's going to win. I picked Valentina to win, but the quality bet was for Zhang Weili. But I did pick Valentina to win. She gets unanimous decision, 50-45 on all three judges' scorecards. Zhang Weili was outmanned, outgunned, outsized in this fight. Valentina did what she does to everybody lately, where she just outgrapples you. She was too big. She fucking was just ragdolling Zhang Weili around the entire fight, all 5 rounds. She had a crazy amount of control time, just like Islam, and she just manhandled Zhang Weili. She gets the decision, and still, Valentina Shevchenko is still the flyweight queen. So, Valentina wins. The feature fight, it was number 2 Sean Brady versus number 8 Michael Morales. I will admit I lost this fight. I had initially picked Sean Brady. I thought Sean Brady was going to be able to close the distance, impose his little stocky size, grab Michael Morales, and take him to the ground. I did the breakdown with the odds on Thursday. So I did an initial breakdown on Tuesday. I did the odds bets on Thursday. And then today, this is one of my parlay bets. I had told my buddy, I'm like, man, I just have a feeling inside of me that Michael Morales is going to beat Sean Brady by knockout. I can't tell you why, but after seeing him at the press conference, at the weigh-ins, he's a big 170er. I was like, I think Michael Morales is going to win, and he's going to win by knockout. So I said, hey, put a bet for me for Michael Morales. And Michael Morales comes out, stops Sean Brady in the first round, 307 in the first round by knockout. He hurts him, he drops him, finishes him. I thought it was a little bit of a fucking early stoppage, but it is what it is. He still gets the stoppage victory. KO. It was plus 330. Michael Morales for KO. And that was a huge bet that I won tonight. I feel bad for Sean Brady. You know, I thought he was going to be the next one to make the real run at the title, like a legit contender. But Michael Morales proved that he's the real deal. Hasta Ecuador, hasta Nueva York. Michael Morales showed up, man. Oh, my God. What a performance by Michael Morales at 170. And then the fight before that, Leon Rocky Edwards, ranked number 4 versus Carlos Prates, who was not even ranked. The first round starts, they're on their feet, they're striking. Leon, it's like he's trying to find his timing a little bit. Carlos Prates is trying to land some shots, and then Leon, boom, closes the distance, gets the takedown. He's working Prates on the ground. Prates stands up. Leon takes him back down, has his back towards the end of the first round. They end up like that in the same position at the end of the round. The second round starts, and Carlos Prates, oh my God, like he feints at a southpaw position. He feints the right and throws a straight left right down the pipe. Knocks Leon Edwards down bad. Like he gets hit, his head snaps back, he hits the ground. His head snaps back again. He's out so bad that he's smiling. this stupid smile on his face. And then he eats another shot by Carlos Prates, which he was already knocked out. He eats that next shot. The referee steps in to call off the fight because it was already over once he got hit the first time. And Leon is like, you could tell he's like looking at the ref with that smile with his mouthpiece in. And he's trying to contest that it was an early stoppage, but I'm like, bro, you're in the fucking shadow realm right now. You just got knocked out. Bad. I feel so bad for Leon Edwards, man. I had picked him to win this fight. This is another fight that I had picked Leon and I lost because Carlos Prates knocked him out cold. But, man, that just makes it more interesting for 170. So now you have another contender in Carlos Prates, contender in Michael Morales, and Islam is a new champion. One of these guys is going to get screwed and end up fighting Jack Della Maddalena. I'll tell you that. That's 100% for sure going to happen. And then next week, you have Bilal, who's ranked number 1, the former world champion, fighting Ian Machado Gary. So, however that turns out, man, 170 right now is probably the most interesting weight class in the UFC because you have a new champion, a former champion who's probably going to be number 1. You have Bilal, who's the former number 1, fighting Ian Gary. Bilal said he's not going to fight Islam because they train together and they're both Muslims. And then you have Carlos Prates, who just threw his name into the hat. You got Michael Morales, who just threw his name into the hat. Carlos Prates wasn't ranked. Michael Morales was ranked number 8. He just beat number 2. Like, this is the best problem to have at 170 because everybody's right there. Like, you have the title holder and everybody's just chomping at the bit. I'm so excited for 170 right now. It is an amazing weight class. Man, I can't wait. I just can't wait because all this stuff has to play out. And I can't wait till they figure it out and match make everybody. I'm excited for that. The next fight, I'm sorry, guys, man. I had picked Beneil Dariush to beat Benoit Saint-Denis. I did not think it was going to stop 16 seconds into the first round by knockout. Benoit Saint-Denis shoots in. Beneil Dariush sprawls, lands a good shot, and then on the way up, Benoit Saint-Denis cracks him with a left hand behind the right side of his ear and puts him forehead forward on the fucking mat. They stop the fight. Beneil Dariush is out. 16 seconds into the first round. What a performance by Benoit Saint-Denis. Like, hats off to him. You know, he was number 13. Benny was number 9. I didn't see this fight going this way. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I thought Beneil Dariush would be able to drag it out a little bit more, make it muddy, make it dirty, and submit him late. But Benoit Saint-Denis never gave him a chance to drag anything out. He clips him in the first 16 seconds, puts him down, gets the victory. He is a veteran from the French Special Forces, so he gave a huge shout out coming off of Veterans Day here. You know, he acknowledged that the Americans helped France in the war, World War II, and all that. He's an amazing dude. He had his fellow, I believe it was his company when the Special Forces were there. One of them had lost both of his legs after hitting an IED. I mean, just an absolute veteran, a countryman, a proud Frenchman. You know, I can't be mad about that because, yes, we helped them in World War II, but they helped us during the Revolutionary War to gain our independence against England. So it goes both ways. I mean, we're in it together, I guess. They created democracy, and we took it to the next level here in the United States. Shout out Benoit Saint-Denis. You're a great dude, but you fucked me on my bet, man, because Beneil Dariush. If Beneil Dariush would have won, he would have hit my parlay, but it just didn't happen, and that's how it goes. We can't bet for shit. Like, I always lose. Every time I put money on, I fucking lose. And I can give all the great bets, and I'll win all these great bets, but when I put it on the line for most of the time, I don't know. The feature fight on the prelims, Bo Nickal versus Rodolfo Vieira. I picked Bo Nickal to win. He wins by a huge head kick knockout out of nowhere in the third round. 2:24 in the third round. He out-grapples Rodolfo Vieira in the first, or he picks him up, scoops him, slams him. Rodolfo gets back to his feet, and like I said, grapplers are going to cancel each other out. It turned into a mediocre kickboxing fight, and that's exactly what it was. And I say mediocre kickboxing fight because strikers know how to set traps. They know how to work off a jab, a double jab, sidestep, hit angles, bring the guy in, counter strike. Both these guys were throwing one shot at a time. Jab, stiff jab, lead right hand, roll, then step over, right hand, front kick. All this shit, simple shit. They were never setting anything up. That's why I said it was going to be an amateur kickboxing fight. And that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. But then in the third round at 224, Bo Nickel feints the left hand just like Rocky Edwards and shoots the left high kick to the head over the top of the left hand. Catches Rodolfo Vieira right on the fucking jawline and puts him absolutely out. Bo Nickel earned this KO victory. And that was another good pick for me. And a great performance by Bo Nickel. The next fight down, Roman Kopylov, ranked number 15, versus unranked Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop. RoboCop wins unanimous decision, 30-27 on two of the judges' scorecards, 29-28 on the other judges' scorecard. He pretty much dominated the fight. They did have a grappling exchange in the end of the first round where he dove on a leg. Kopylov hit a good throw, like a good judo throw. They ended on the mat. Gregory Rodriguez immediately dives down under for a leg. He was trying to hit a heel hook. Kopylov rolls, clears the center line, the knee center line, and pushes off with the other foot, frees himself. But that was pretty much it for the grappling. I mean, I'll give it to Gregory Rodriguez. He did try to shoot it a few times just to mix it up, but I think he was just doing that just to keep Kopylov honest and not worry so much about the hands all the time and have to worry about the takedown. But Gregory Rodriguez, that was my other pick. He wins. He was the third fight on the parlay. I had Rodriguez winning, Bo Nickel winning, and Dariush winning, and then I got screwed with Dariush. But before that, and then the next fight after that, number 4, Aaron Blanchfield versus number 8, Tracy Cortez. Tracy Cortez boxed a beautiful first round, caught Aaron Blanchfield a few times. She defended the takedowns in the first round, and then the second round, Tracy actually shoots in, gets reversed by Aaron Blanchfield. She's trying to control her. Tracy does a good job of getting back up, fighting the hands, turning, and then Aaron Blanchfield drops levels, hits a double leg, runs her all the way across the octagon. While Tracy's trying to scramble back up, Aaron Blanchfield hits a rear naked choke. Doesn't even have the hooks in, but she has it locked in. She pulls her over, and you could see Tracy Cortez just was already out. Like, she didn't have time to fight the hands. Like, it was in so deep with no hooks or anything. Aaron Blanchfield gets a submission victory in the second round. That sucks for Tracy, you know, because it sucks for her even more because she boxed her so beautifully in the first round. I thought she had the advantage on the feet. She was doing well, like defending the takedowns, especially against the fence. But Aaron Blanchfield right now is undeniable. She probably will get the next shot at Valentina after this performance. The next fight down was Kyle Daukaus versus Gerald Meerschaert. I had picked Kyle Daukaus to win, and Kyle Daukaus subs Gerald Meerschaert in the first round, and it was fast. It wasn't even close. 50 seconds. 50-second submission by Kyle Daukaus. Gerald Meerschaert, like I said, he's 0-3 coming into this one. I think this was his last fight in the UFC. He had a great career. Shout out Gerald Meerschaert, but Kyle Daukaus got it done tonight. The next fight down was Angela Hill, Fatima Klein. I picked Fatima Klein to win. She wins unanimous decision on all three judges' scorecards, 29-28. Angela Hill gave it her best. She fought a good fight, but it just wasn't enough. Fatima Klein, she's going to boost herself into the next, probably going to crack the top 10 at 115 at strawweight. So that's going to be interesting who she can draw in her next fight. The next fight down was kind of a last-minute fight. I didn't see it till late. and I kind of just blindly picked Chepe Mariscal. Pat Sabatini wins 30-27 on all three judges' scorecards, unanimous decision. He controlled Chepe Mariscal on the ground all 3 rounds, just out-grappled him. Beautiful performance by Pat Sabatini. And then the last fight that I picked, Bessin Gorsis beats Eric Meconico, KO in the first round. Absolutely gets him done. He was the biggest favorite on the card. He was minus 150 money line. He got it done. The Malcolm Wellmaker fight, that was going to be my lock of the night versus Haddon from Australia. So 48 hours out, Haddon drops out. This guy, Kyle Ewing, steps in. Just fought 7 days ago on a regional scene. Nobody knew anything about him. He steps in on 48 hours, makes the weight. I believe he won a regional title at 135. He fights Wellmaker at 45 and absolutely just styles on Wellmaker for 3 rounds. Absolutely beautiful performance. Just play spoiler for all the big bettors who bet on Wellmaker, because I even thought Wellmaker was going to be the lock. You're thinking his original opponent falls out. You have a last-minute 48-hour replacement in Kyle Ewing. And then Ewing shows up and just styles on this full Wellmaker. I mean, beats him to the punch. Wasn't overwhelmed by the moment. It's his UFC debut on 48-hour notice at Madison Square fucking Garden. And he shows up and puts that work on Wellmaker. That, to me, was the performance of the night. Hopefully, Dana gives him $100,000 for that performance and a contract, because he deserves it. But that's all the fights. So I'm looking down it. So I won the Makachev fight. I won the Valentina fight. I lost to Sean Brady because I did believe Sean Brady was going to win. But last minute, I bet Michael Morales. But so that was 2-1. I told everybody, and I bet Leon Edwards. I lost that one against Carlos Prates, so 2-2. Benny Dariush, lost that one, so 2-3. Bo Nickel, I won. That's 3-3. Gregory Rodriguez, I won. That's 4-3. Blanchfield Cortez, I lost 4-4. Kyle Dawkins, I won 5-4. Fatima Klein, I won 6-4. Sabatini, Chepe, Mariscal, that was last minute, but I lost that one, so 5-4, or 5-5, and then Suskarayev, I won, so that's 6-4, and then the Conor Ben Eubank Jr., I picked Ben to win, so 7-4. So I went over 50% tonight. I batted over 500 tonight. It was a great day and a great night of fights. I love this so much. Like, I did the live video earlier for the Eubank Sr. and Conor Ben fight, and I'm watching the TV that's in front of me, watching the fights as I'm streaming live, and I just catch myself just in a big smile, just like full smile, watching what's going on the screen. It's because I love this. I love this game. I love boxing. I love MMA. I love everything about it. I've been a part of this game for so many years. You know, since 2007 is when I started fighting MMA and training Muay Thai and all that. I just been a part of it for so long. It's been a part of me for my entire life. I started boxing when I was 9, wrestled through high school, found Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu after college, and then started fighting professionally. Like, I love this game. This is like one of the most important things to me. And then that I had the opportunity to share this with my son, he just went into sleep. Like, he was so tired. He's 11 years old, but he loves watching the fights with his dad. I always call him, he's my producer for the podcast, and I love sharing these moments with him. It absolutely means everything to me, and to share with the one that I love the most, my sons, my family. My brother is texting me. He's in Vegas right now. He's texting me from the sports book. What do you like? What do you think? We're a fighting family. We love this shit, and I'm so excited about it, and I love it, and I can't wait to just keep pushing forward on the podcast, bringing you guys the best content that I can bring you, giving you guys an insider perspective when I can, and just being a fan. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just a fan. I'm not a fighter anymore. I'm retired, but I still love it. And this is my way of staying connected with you guys and the sports that I love so much. So, one more thing I saw before I sign out. One more thing that I saw was a tweet on X that Ilia Topuria put on right after the immediate ending of the main event between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena. And I'm going to read it to you for verbatim. Ilia Topuria says, Jack needs an entire camp dedicated just to wrestling. What a disappointment of a champion. You should go to Georgia to learn something. Islam, you need something you can't train. Emotion. You're the most boring thing in this game. Every day, I'm more certain I put you to sleep. That is the reigning, defending, #1 pound for pound and lightweight champion, former featherweight champion, Ilia El Matador Topuria, talking to Islam and Jack, who are at welterweight. I love that. I love that because Ilia is one of those guys. He has that Conor McGregor effect. Whenever he says something, people are going to listen. And I can't wait until that fight gets made. Honestly, I think Ilia's too small to move up to 170. But if the money's right, the venue is right, I could see #1 ranked Ilia Topuria versus #2 ranked pound for pound. These guys are both pound for pound ranks. Ilia right now is #1 pound for pound. But after the victory tonight, I think Islam will move back into the #1 position and Ilia will move to #2. But #1 pound for pound versus #2 pound for pound, 155 champ coming up to 170, champion versus champion, pound for pound versus pound for pound. It'll be the biggest fight since Khabib versus Conor McGregor in the UFC. So we are so blessed to be fans right now because there is so much on the horizon. And you guys can tell by this shit-eating grin on my face that I absolutely love this. So that's it for me tonight, man. We had a great night of fights. I might make another video just on the Eubank Jr. Conor Benn fight and what an event that was. But I'll probably run that one here in a minute. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share it with everyone that you know that loves combat sports. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you guys once again. Peace!